overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a tight checking game. I think Toronto's a team they play with good structure. I think they can be pretty stingy defensively, and so going into the game we knew it was going to be a low scoring contest, and I really liked our game. I liked that we stuck with it, and we didn't get rewarded on a lot of the chances that we had, but we found a way to grind one out.
Did you leave some chances on the ice, especially in those first 15 minutes when you looked like pepper them with shot after shot?
I don't think we left the chances. I think we left the goals on the ice. And, the chances were there, certainly. It was really, I thought a lot of it was driven from our forechecking pressure. We were able to turn pucks over and transition that into offense. And, certainly would love to see it go in the net a little bit more.
You okay with the first goal being taken away?
I'm never okay with that. It was a really, really well executed power play goal for us, right. The refs have to make a decision, or the decision room decided that we were in the crease. But what I liked about that, and even with our 5-on-3 in the third period, like we had some decent looks. And it's natural for your power play players who are your leaders and your players that are you're relying on to win you hockey games. They kept their composure. There's still a hockey game to be played, and so regardless of the puck goes in the net or not, now we had to defend a lead, and thought we did a great job of that. Emma,
how's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. That goal that was waved off, something that Megan Keller has done 3 or 4 times already this year, that same way. On the power play from the circle and one-timer. How did you see Toronto adjust after that, and how did you adjust your offense knowing that they sort of recognized what was happening there?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think we pride ourselves in not being a one-trick pony on the power play. Like the way we have it set up is there's multiple options, and so I always tell our players there's always someone open, right? There's 5 players for us, there's 4 for them, and so within the structure of the power play, there should be multiple different looks. Obviously, our A+ is Keller hitting the bomb, but we also have a ton of other options within that. And I thought that we adjusted well, and we still had some pretty good looks after that. Yep.
The goal from Alina came just after the end of the power play. Doesn't count as a power play goal, but do you still count that as a power play goal in your head with your top unit out?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the way I look at when those things happen, your power play is usually 2 minutes and 3 seconds long. It takes 3 seconds to get from the box pretty much back into the zone. And so anytime you score, it doesn't show up on the game sheet. And again, we didn't get frustrated by things like that. And, even our bench remained calm. And I know I've coached the power play for the last 9 years at multiple different levels, and it can be frustrating for the one in charge of the power play when you get a disallowed goal, then you score one with a second after the power play, and so I loved our ability to stay connected to the game today.
Speaking of Mueller's goal, that's her first one actually past a goaltender this season. You just kind of speak to her game as she's kind of worked through what is undoubtedly some frustration with the goals going in.
I think Müller was the best player on the ice tonight for both teams. She was outstanding. So much of the stuff so much of the work that she does on the ice goes unnoticed, and she's hit goalposts. She's had wonderful opportunities throughout the whole season, and the best part about her is when the production doesn't come with the goals, she can still contribute to the team with face-offs, being 200-foot reliable player for us, being winning 50-50 pucks, competing. Her leadership qualities shine through. Like I said, she was outstanding today.
Coach,
Yeah.
Your specialty teams, the penalty kill, 26 for 27, 1 goal allowed. What do you attribute to that? Like, why is your team playing so well on the penalty kill?
Well, your best penalty killer is your goaltender, number one. So we have Aaron Frankel in the cage most nights, and that helps a lot. And then I thought I think Steph McKeow, our penalty kill coach, has done a wonderful job of having a system in place, but also having within the system having a real identity to the penalty kill, and the identity is we want to pressure and not let you set up. And I think that those trigger points on the penalty kill are clear, they're concise, our players know when to go, and I think she's done a wonderful job with that, and credit to our players for buying in.
I was listening to the broadcast as I was watching the game, and one of the things that Gigi Marvin said was that the fleet is collapsing in all the passing zones, and that in order for Toronto to get the puck in deep, they have to actually go around the shin pads. Is that something that you're implementing, or is it your defensive coach? Like, who's implementing that?
I think the highest danger goals typically come from behind the net into the middle of the ice, right? Like that's where you're trying to get the goals to come from any team. 80 to 85% of goals scored are within that area right around the crease. So we have to defend that. And it's not, we do it by committee. It's not one person that takes charge of that. We do it in a 5-player unit. And we knew Toronto likes to throw a lot of pucks to the middle of the ice. And so we did a good job tonight of, taking away those lanes.
Hey, Coach, after the 5-game winning streak, I know you lost 4 out of 6. I know there were some kind of post-regulation losses in there, but what do you think that stretch kind of taught you about your group and how you guys can kind of get out of that into the win column?
Yeah, it's we've learned hard lessons for sure. We've played 12 hockey games. Going into the third period, we've had the lead in 11 of them. So what that shows is that we're a team that certainly knows how to close out games, because we've done that quite a bit. But at the same time, learning how to win in big moments is a real deal thing. There's championship detail in there, and we learned some hard lessons. We learned in Detroit up 2 goals, and Vancouver bang scores a few, and now we're back on our heels, right? So it's just learning how to manage the game, learning how to play with a lead, and learning how to be a top team, and that's what that's what we're trying to strive towards.
You talk about playing 12 games. It's been 52 days since you've been in this building. Is that hard to be away from your home for that long of a stretch?
Sure. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I don't say it's hard. It's just it's unique. For me, even coming to the rink today, I'm like, where do I park? And I'm like, this is our home rink. I think I should know where to park. Those little nuances of the league. We haven't played a lot of home games. Total between Aganis and here. I think 12 games we've played 5. So that's 7 on the road. A lot of travel in there. It's nice to be back here. The fans are great. I love the music as they come out to the ice. I don't know the name of that song, but it's awesome. It's just got so much Fleet and Sailor vibes in it. So.
Erin has started all but 1 game this season. Has there been any consideration of giving her a little bit more rest at this point in the game? If you're in my shoes, okay, and you have the best goalie in the world, every time I walk past her, I'm like, yeah, you're playing tomorrow. So it's we have a very good goaltending tandem. And when I mean tandem, I mean, Abby Levy, Teely's amazing too. Like, I see her in practice every day. I'm like, this goalie's incredible. And so we have 3 great goalies. Right now we're finding ways to win hockey games, we're pushing into a point in the season where it's going to be critical. Like, these games are getting tighter and tighter. And so having Erin in the net has given us some stability, but we also know that we have 2 other goalies that can get it done as well. Thank you.
We have Alina Mueller, Shay Maloney, and Haley Winn. Just to get us started, Shay, tonight was Mental Health Awareness Night. You're an ambassador with Sophie's squad, and it was also your birthday yesterday. How are you feeling after the win?
Yeah, lots going on, lots of exciting things. I think for us, it was super important to highlight mental health tonight, just because we have such a great platform and so many people watch us. So it was really fun to get the opportunity to shine some light on it and kind of get the conversation started.
Open the floor to questions.
Alina, Coach just was talking about how, in his mind, the power play is 2 minutes and 3 seconds long. You sort of took that part tonight, scoring 3 seconds after the end of the power play. Is that something that you're thinking about? You have an extra 3 seconds while the player's coming out of the box to keep your top unit out there and putting the pressure on?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we are pretty aware when the penalty's over, so just trying to make sure not to kind of have the puck in our with our players when the penalty's over. But otherwise, I think it's just it was time to get one. We had a lot of opportunities on the power play, so thankfully we put one in.
Shay, on your goal, you fire the puck in and then you go in and chase it and collect the rebound and put that in the back of the net. Is that something you practice a lot, crashing the net after you've taken a shot like that?
Yeah, I would say we practice it a ton. So I think that for me, it was just kind of not just shoveling it into the goalie, but trying to elevate it and get it up into the top corners there. But it's something that we practice pretty often.
How did it feel to be back in this building after a long time away?
Yeah, obviously it was awesome. Yeah, like you said, we haven't been here since our home opener, so it's always fun to play in this building. And honestly, playing home ice, whether it's at Agganis or here in front of these fans, so I think everyone was pretty excited to be back on home ice.
How are you adjusting to this type of schedule where you're, away traveling for so many games in between? Like, you've had 12 games and only 5 considered home games.
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment, like you said, and it's tough on everybody. Everybody's going through it, which is positive, and we're going through it together. So we're just staying optimistic, especially, we have a lot of uncontrollables, a lot of canceled flights, and whatever that may be. But it's this is our job, and we're professional athletes. So whether you feel it or you don't, you have to perform and get the job done. So I think we're just working through that and handling the adversity.
Haley, you entered tonight's game averaging the most time on ice in the team. Just how have you kind of handled that role with Megan, just kind of skating significant ice time kind of each night?
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't always feel like it just because this team is so fun to play with. So getting the opportunity to just play with Megan and everyone on the ice is an honor, and I'm super excited to do it every night. So just kind of go when coach puts me out there. I don't really think about it much, but I'm very grateful for, I think, my past experiences and kind of prepared me for the load. And it's just something that I've been grateful to kind of roll into. And again, the veterans in this team do such a great job of taking the rookies under their wing. So it's been a lot of fun.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Haley, on that goal that was waved off that Keller scored, that seems to be something that you guys have been doing a lot. She scored a number just like that on the power play this year. When you sort of see that Toronto's recognized that's what you're trying to do, how do you guys adjust as a power play unit to switch it up and find those different looks on the power play?
Yeah, obviously we kind of knew people were going to start sitting on Kels. Like you said, she's had a few from there, but I think we have a very versatile power play and power play coach, and we've adjusted as we go and kind of do video every day and work on it in practice to kind of have some different looks. But yeah, we definitely came prepared to know that they're going to be sitting on her pretty hard.
Alina, if you look at last season, I know you don't like to look back. No one ever likes to look back. The amount of penalties that the Fleet took last year versus this year, what's the difference, the discipline that the team has this year?
I think it's the system overall that we play. Very aggressive, a lot of skating, and Kris instilled it in us since day one. A lot of skating, and I think a lot of penalties just come if you stop skating, stop moving your feet. But if you're on top of the players and play disciplined, that's a result.
Alina, kind of going back to your goal for a moment, that was your first one actually past a goaltender this season. Was there a sense of relief when that went in?
No, you're absolutely right. I think just sometimes life goes that way. I've had it before, some goal droughts. I'm unfortunately kind of used to it, but you learn from every experience, and this one was probably the one I tried to put in the net the least out of all the chances I had the past few games. So sometimes it goes that way, and in the end I just want to help the team win. It doesn't matter how, and I'll do whatever it takes.
Were you actually shooting at the net, or were you trying to just get the puck towards the front and hope someone tipped it?
Yeah, I think I was just trying to get it through, not get it blocked was my main goal. Very grateful it hit in your stick, obviously.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.